Hey guys, Jamie here. Welcome to Found Flicks. It's my first video by myself, so I hope I don't mess it up. So Halloween is mere days away, and now is the time to binge on horror until your eyes bleed. So here we go with my top horror movie picks on Hulu for Halloween. Most of us have at least seen one pop culture reference to the iconic finger pointing with freakishly agape mouth and shrill screaming. But it's really one of those scenes you have to see to appreciate. We have a young, although already gray, but of course handsome Donald Sutherland, as well as an equally vivacious Jeff Goldblum. These two don't sound like alien hunters, but when mysterious pink flowers, aka alien blossoms, start appearing in San Francisco and everyone starts acting a little off, the game is afoot.
Why clowns?
This one was always a favorite as a kid, and I can safely say after viewing I never looked at curly straws and cotton candy quite the same way. Because space clowns obviously survive on human blood, and Earth is just their carnival. This movie is not well made by any stretch, but it's that perfect kind of crappy, campy fun. Also, the effects courtesy of the Chiodo brothers are certainly memorable. Now I know where ICP came from space.
Think you see werewolves a lot?
Why do you?
If you're looking for werewolf sex, your search is over. This cult favorite features two outcast teen sisters obsessed with death in this unique take on a werewolf movie. It explores the analogous relationship between female puberty and werewolf transformation when Catherine Isabel is bitten and the girls are forced to deal with the deadly consequences. It's a very relatable take on teen angst and werewolves. Even if you haven't seen this movie, I can pretty much guarantee you've seen this dude's head explode before, probably on Facebook, about the elections. But this sci-fi thriller from David Cronenberg is way more than just one shot. This is a story of people in the future with telepathic powers, appropriately called scanners, because that's the name of the movie. One man is sent by the prisoners Patrick McGowan to hunt others with the same abilities. There's plenty of exciting twists and other cool effect shots that could only come from the master of body horror, old Cronenberg. One of the best 80s Italian zombie cheese fests ever. A group of people end up trapped in a movie theater when zombies are unleashed and all hell breaks loose. We don't ever find out the source of the invasion, but the first zombie that appears is a lady in pretty sweet red spandex and a neon yellow belt. Not just gory, but stylish too. This is such an insane movie that a lot of better known movies can't compare to. It's a total blast, chock full of amusingly poor dubbing, one powerhouse soundtrack, and some awesomely disgusting practical effects. I mean, look at that shit, it's gross. If you're familiar with Guillermo del Toro, you've probably seen Pan's Labyrinth, or at least the Hellboy franchise. CRONOS is a lesser-known title that captures all of del Toro's charm and is a twist on the classic vampire fairy tale. When the aging Jesus discovers an ancient device which restores his youth, essentially by having a weird worm thingy drink his blood, he attracts the attention of hitman of sorts Angel, played by Ron Perlman, who is sent to track down the device no matter what it takes. This is del Toro's first feature film, and it's cool to see the start of the development of his signature style. King of trash horror, Full Moon and Charles Band present the sequel to a movie you've never heard of. If you're a fan of trashy Euro horror and stop motion effects, a la The Gate, this is a good pick. There's tiny demon minions, lots of soaped up boobs, and one of my favorite antagonists, Radu, the vampire lord with foot-long fingers and a hard-to-forget voice. Where's the bloodstone? If you love challenging science fiction in the vein of 2001, this is a great choice. This is definitely long, but worth the experience due to the very well executed atmosphere. The story is based on the philosophical science fiction novel by Polish author Stanislaw Lem. Tarkovsky's classic deals with themes of loss, love, memory, consciousness, death, rebirth, grief, and of course, space. On second thought, it might be easier to list what it doesn't cover because it's pretty much everything.
Are you not the babysitter?
Ty West's first really popular film nails the 80s retro charm with a brief screen appearance by the lovable Greta Gerwig and starring the lovely and likable Jocelyn Donahue as Samantha, a college student struggling to pay her rent, who accepts a random babysitter ad posted on campus. Unfortunately for her, her new employers are also part of a satanic cult in need of a host for their Satan spawn. But they seem normal enough and she really needs that cash. But of course, as the night ensues, the house starts giving away clues that the Ullmans might not be the kind couple they presented themselves to be.
Nothing in my life has been right since the summer of 1958.
If you're a fan of Jack Ketchum, you'll like Gregory Wilson's adaptation of his 1989 novel about a young girl who is brutally abused by her caretakers. The story is actually based on the true torture and murder of Sylvia Likens in 1965, also seen in a film that premiered the same year, An American Crime. Having seen both, this version is definitely more of a horror story and really showcases the acting talent of Blythe Oforth as Meg, who suffers unspeakable and terrifying treatment at the hands of housewife Ruth Chandler. The most terrifying thing about this film is, to me, what true horror is all about, illuminating the utterly terrible things human beings can do to one another. What do Nazis, psychics, and puppeteers have in common? Well, death! Of course! If you've never seen any of the Puppet Master films, you should definitely check out this cult classic. The original ensemble includes Blade, Jester, Tunneler, Leech Woman, and Pinhead, all brought to life by an Egyptian spell under the control of André Toulon. The Puppet Master, my favorite, six-shooter, doesn't actually show up until the third. But be careful now, because there's like 9 of these goddamn movies, as well as some crossover bullshit, so be safe and only watch the first few. There you go, guys, my top picks on Hulu for Halloween. What did you think of my list? Which is your favorite that I mentioned? Let me know your thoughts in the comments below, and thanks for watching Found Flicks.